Now, South Africans are growing more frustrated, of course, with severe power cuts. Some areas are suffering water cuts as well, while mobile operators are struggling to keep the networks running. Hospitals are finding it difficult to treat patients, and businesses are being crippled by the crisis. Let's go to our reporter, Nqobile Madlala, who is on the ground gauging the impact. She joins us now live from Soweto. Nqobile, of course, Soweto is also one of those areas where power has always been an issue. What are residents telling you about stage 5 power cuts?
Well, from what we have heard, Masego, Soweto is also suffering a lot from crime that they are seeing in the area. In fact, we spoke to a woman who was saying that she woke up to some of the strangers just in her house. She woke up to no window because they had taken a whole window out and they've gone inside the house, and they were already at a point where they were taking some of her furniture out. And because of her son who woke up, luckily then they were able to keep their stuff. But at this point, she was saying that she's even at a point where she needs to install now bars, because from where she's standing, she cannot sleep. She's scared to sleep. She's scared what will happen. And of course, she's not the only one that's affected. So we've moved from Soweto, Masego, to Rivoli. And this is where we found our Lorraine, who has also been affected. She, of course, is having some health issues because of these power load shedding cuts. Mama, how are you affected by the load shedding?
It's affecting my chest. I've got asthma. And when the light is off, we can't cook. There's nothing to eat for us. And then the children are not washing. They can't go to school because they are not washing. There's a lot of people got asthma here in Rivoli. They're dying of there's no lights. The machine's not going on, nothing. And then we can't cook, we can't eat. The whole day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, there's no lights here. We haven't got paraffin, we haven't got gas stoves, nothing. The children, when they eat, we can't cook. We must make a fire outside for the, what do you call this? Firewood. And we must make fire outside and we cook. And the cook is not, the food is not nice when you cook outside.
Mama, you're saying that you've got asthma. How does that affect you when there's load shedding?
Because I must take my medication. So I can't take it because I haven't got food in my stomach because the light is off. Then I had to take the pipes, the asthma pipes, and I had to pump it in.
What would you like to see happen, Mama?
I like to see that, the community must stand up and say we must fight for these things, for the lights and things. And nobody's coming near us and tell us what's going on. We are voting and voting for what we want to know. We are voting. Charles must always come here and ask us what's going on. Then we tell Charles what about those things in the Rivoli.
All right. Thank you, Mama. I want to bring in Charles. Charles, you are the community leader in this area, of course. If you could explain to us, Mama's saying that she's affected, but she's not the only one that's been affected by the load shedding. How are people affected in this area in terms of health?
Good afternoon, everyone. In terms of health-wise, you see, most of the people here in Rivoli, they're having issues with the chest. Most of them are on respirators and nebulizers. So with the help of Vital Air, especially the CEO, Mr. Gregory Kaviak, and his team, we are helped by him because of he's using the system of the respiratory system. So what is happening? Every month is coming around to those patients to us. If the tank is empty, when the tank is empty, you just refill the tanks.
All right, but how does the power affect those people?
Because the respirators are working with power. So the problem is when the power goes off, the machine is off and they can't breathe on their own. I can tell you about 12 people who have died already in 2 years' time. People that I have worked with personally, myself and David van Wyk from Benchmarks Foundations. So those people were affected because of the situation that we are facing now. It's power and everything. But most of them, they can't breathe on their own, so the system that they are using with the respiratory system is helping them to help them breathe. So if they can't breathe on their own when the power is off, that's the problem.
But I mean, you're saying that the power goes longer here. It's load shedding plus there's criminality also.
That's also another factor, because at night, what is happening when the power is off at night? The people are taking the power station. They steal every cable, the circuit breakers and everything, they stole it. The other day, only this row, this houses here in Crocodile Street was off because of theft. And on the side of Jackskay, near the train line, it was on. So in one location, you find that a couple of streets are off because of boxes are located in streets with the names and addresses of the people. So they take out certain circuit breakers because of their certain houses that they need to be tagged.
Do we know what they do with these circuit breakers?
They go to the scrapyard, they change it, they get their monies, they use it to whatever. But the reason this is happening because of most of the people are using drugs in the community, to be honest. So why they are stealing? It's for drug money.
And how are the businesses affected? Have they come to speak to you?
I have spoken to some of the businesses. There are 2 our shops here, even though they are Somalians and Ethiopians, but we have a good understanding between us. And what is happening because of the lights, the power they are using, the fridges and everything. So the other day I know about another guy, he was throwing his food away, food that he's selling. And the problem is, what is happening with the system of the education? All right, Mr. Lobby is the councillor, but I understand he cannot be everywhere at the same time, but give him chance. He's only sworn in now.
Yeah.
So it's his first, it's not even his half a term.
All right.
He's just sworn in now. So let's give him a chance to see what he's capable of.
Thank you, Charles. Well, Charles van der Merwe, he is the community leader in Rivoli, and we also spoke to Mom Lorraine Smith, who's also a community person that's been affected. But Masego, I think what I'm gathering from what they're saying is that people are affected health-wise, they are affected economically. Now it's touching on businesses, but more than anything, also there's crime that happens in the area because of load shedding and the outages that follow that after so much has been stolen, meaning that they cannot get electricity.
Right, Nqobile Madlala in Rivoli in Johannesburg. Let's leave it there for now.